Okay, that's fine. So this is the first time I'm doing like the YouTube live here. How do I hide the chat? Live chat. I just want to hide the chat. Okay, yeah. So guys, we're out here, myself and Karac St. Laurent here.
Hello.
This echo's annoying. I'm just going to take it completely out of my ear. So now it should be fine.
There we go.
So we are out here in the woods in New Hampshire, Southwestern New Hampshire. A pretty interesting case. We're kind of just out here in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it is like we're in a remote location, but we're
pretty considerably. Yeah.
We're in an area of New Hampshire that has sizable population, so we have pretty good service here. That's how we're able to do this right now. We'll show you guys a little bit here. Don't know if I can turn my light on my camera.
If not, I can just operate the flash.
Enable flash. There we go. So here's Karac himself. Sorry if that's kind of blinding. I'll give you guys a little tour here. If you want to just continue operating the flashlight, yeah. Here's our little tent setup. We're in a pretty creepy spot here. There's a lot of these trees up in this area. We've got our food. We hung that up, made some dinner. We've got our bear bag up, but we actually had a porcupine running right over here in the woods as we were just kind of hanging out earlier. So I put a trail camera up there, so hopefully we'll be able to see something. But as for now, we're just kind of hanging out. We're going to do some, I don't know, what do you think, Karac? We're going to do some call blast or something like that?
Probably. We can even do that from inside the tent if we wanted to. Obviously, it would carry better if we were outside of it.
Yeah, so
we'll probably do that soon because we have some...
We're not really going to do like the typical Bigfoot call blast where it's, just sort of, let me see if I can maybe mount this light. Like, oh, dude, check it out.
Yeah, I was going to say, the reflection of that water should do it perfectly.
The water.
There we have it.
Glowing water.
We've invented a new thing here.
It's like a new primitive tripod.
It's a primitive tripod.
So like we might play some monkey noises or maybe some baby crying type stuff. That usually seems to be pretty interesting in terms of maybe eliciting something. I don't know. Let's see what people in the chat are saying. Okay, let's just see what's going on. Hey y'all. Hi Jamie. Hi Daryl. Excuse me. Hey Macy. This is funny. No echo. Thanks Marie. Hi Karac. Remuel Acosta. Good evening, Alex and friends in the chat. Mary Mystical Forces. I live in New Hampshire. Very cool. So does Macy. Oh, they're having a little conversation. They're awesome. But got to go. Good luck to you guys tonight. Thanks, Macy. Hi, Jack Myers. Yeah. So as I was saying, we're just kind of hanging out here. You want to talk a little bit maybe about what this is for without maybe, I don't know, you want to mention the name of the town or what?
Well, yeah, it's part of the documentary anyway.
Sure.
So,
okay.
So we're out here and we're investigating / filming for a documentary that I'm doing called Legend of the Marlboro Monkey, which is the Marlboro Monkey is a case that John Horrigan investigated back in the 1990s.
Yeah, this is a really interesting case. So there's a story in Marlboro, New Hampshire of this couple that was hanging out in the woods hiking, and they were in this like quarry area, which still exists to this day, and they supposedly saw this small orangutan looking creature kind of playing hide and seek almost with them, running through the trees and everything, and it was just a weird story. So that's where the Marlboro I dropped my phone. That's where the Marlboro Monkey kind of story comes from.
Right, and the kind of point of the documentary isn't just a chronicle of that. It's because when I was on a short research trip after I kind of what was it? I had found a BFRO report, and it was a vocalization report from Marlboro. And so I went out there in November, and if anyone checks out my channel, they'll know that I got this recording of what sounds like wood knocking the first day that I was there. And the second day I was able to uncover some more reports, and the second day was about a month ago. And so now we're here on our kind of third trip here. We're deeper into the woods than we've gone before, and we're just kind of hoping to have something interesting happen out here.
Yeah, totally. Well, what's interesting about today too is that we spent some time out on a property. Some folks that you want to talk about that a little bit, without obviously mentioning them or anything.
Yeah, right. So
how did they get in contact with you?
This was pretty crazy. We had an anonymous couple. We talked to them a lot today, and I got into contact with them after the day that I uploaded my Marlboro Wood Knocks video. They contacted me through email. And it turns out that they had the exact same thing happening on their property. and they had searched up if what was going on and found my video. So that was a pretty big coincidence because they had searched it up on the day that I uploaded it. So,
Crazy.
wild.
Talk about crazy. So Karac had met them before, but
Mm.
we went out today and met with the property owners, and it was a very nice couple. And, it was really interesting to hear their story. They basically started last June. They would hear at like 4 and 5 in the morning, they would hear these 3 loud knocks coming from the woods around their area, which is really interesting. I
Yeah,
mean,
it
that,
is.
just very fascinating. There's obviously a lot of reports in this part of Southwestern New Hampshire. There's just a long history of reports. And we talk about the Marlboro Monkey, obviously, case, but other towns around here. But it was really fascinating to talk to them about their stories and just kind of some of the stuff they had going on. It was like almost nightly at one point.
Yeah,
They
right.
initially thought it was basically somebody messing around on their property. They weren't really sure what was going on, but it was those, crisp, clear kind of knocks that they were hearing. So it was really interesting to spend some time with them there. And
Yeah, it was, and it was interesting too because they had spoken about around the same time that the wood knocking has started, there was construction
yeah,
down the road, and of course that's the first thing you think is there an animal that is agitated by its habitat being disturbed?
right.
And if you were talking about a primate, you would absolutely expect that kind of reaction.
Sure.
So yeah,
Totally. Yeah. We walked the property today and we walked some of the adjacent woods. And I mean, like most of Southwestern New Hampshire, really good habitat. I mean, when the people are living in these kind of rural areas, they deal with bears and moose and deer all the time, all the regular critters. I mean, things trying to kill your chickens. That's, pretty common around these parts. So, they have expected other critters, but, we walked around the property and we saw multiple sources of water, evidence of what looked like bear digging for grubs. I mean, the
Right.
bears have just come out of hibernation, so they're starting to forage and kind of do their thing. So really interesting just to talk to them. Now let's just see what some people in the chat are saying. Still getting used to this here, so let's see. Nice to see you out in the field. Thank you, Jamie. Remil Costa says very interesting. Marie, thank you for that super chat. Really appreciate that.
Oh,
Teresa says, be careful out there, guys. Oh, absolutely. We are, we're safety first. We have all of our necessary protective equipment. Outcast Jeff, hello from Central Maine. Hey, how's it going?
wow.
Daniel Turr, does anyone know what Karac's channel name is? Yes, it is Crash Course Cryptozoology. I would link it, but I don't know how to do it on the phone
Fair
here.
enough.
It's a little out of the wheelhouse here. So I'll probably link it afterwards, but let's see what else we got here. Hello from PA. Hey, Gary, how you doing? Toy Police Car says hi. And then, Jamie already said Crash Course Cryptozoology. Awesome. Whereabouts in New Hampshire? I was born on the border of New Hampshire and Maine, Portsmouth Naval Hospital. So this is southwestern New Hampshire. So we're talking the Monadnock region. That's
Yep.
where we're at. There's reports pretty much from all corners of the state, though, which is really interesting. So yeah, hopefully everyone's having a good Saturday night. I mean, we're out here. It's pretty chilly, I gotta say. I mean, we
It
both
is, yeah.
both put our jackets on. I might throw my gloves on here if you want to hang on to that for a
Sure,
second.
yeah.
Throw my gloves on here.
But yeah, it's been a really, I mean, talking to them today was such a fascinating experience because Alex was great at asking questions as well, because you seem to have this ability to really draw out a lot of the details from people that I usually wouldn't think to ask, which is really interesting. So
Yeah, well, I think part of it is like once you talk to a lot of people, you get, you kind of understand, having dealt with cases like this before in New Hampshire too, there's just so many stories and they're all very similar. There's similar stuff going on. So what do you say we take people on a little walk around the woods here?
Let's
do
do it.
that. All right, guys, we're gonna try this contraption. I have to put my headphones in the pocket somehow. If you want to grab that flashlight and the charger, Karac,
Sure.
we'll
do you want to bring the charger with it?
yeah, definitely. Just might as well. I mean, actually, you don't have to. You can just unplug it. Here.
Oh, duh, there it is.
Just gonna turn our powers. Turn a little portable charger off. Turn this lantern off. Alrighty. So, let's want to walk over the trail camera.
Sure.
So you want to lead the way?
Yep. If I'm not mistaken, we're just a little ways out this direction.
So again, guys, this is camp here. Actually, let me turn the Is the flash on here? Let me enable flash. Okay, so we get a little extra flash there.
Nice.
So camp is here. And I think it was over here, man. Over here. I think it's this way. It's just so different in the daytime. We got in here, it was right when it was still light out, so.
Oh, there's the, is that our string? Yes, it is.
The bear bag, do you see it? So we have our bear bag hung over there, but I think the trail camera's over here, man. I just can't see that well with this small flashlight. My headlamp, I think my batteries are dying. I gotta change them.
I don't know, I think it was more towards where the porcupine was.
Wasn't the porcupine over here? So, funny story, you know, we had the porcupine coming through here. Yeah, you wanna just come over here with that light? Oh, it's over here. It's right by these rocks.
I don't know.
Well, I remember, yeah, it's right here.
Okay, good.
Because I remember the that broken tree. All right, guys, so here's a little trail camera. Got this guy set up. We have it pointed out. I can see that. We have it pointed out right out in this area. If anything walks by over here. So when we first came, there was a porcupine hanging out over here. I think he went up into a tree. He may have gone off somewhere, but we're hoping that he comes by or something comes by here. I don't know. I mean, obviously the whole Bigfoot trail camera debate, it's going to catch us now. So we're going to get a clip of us on YouTube on the trail camera. But yeah, it's a creepy forest. Even during the day, it's very dark in here. That porcupine was somewhere in here. Don't know where. There's obviously little crevasses and stuff here. So this is the kind of places that porcupines love to hang out in. Maybe not that because it's wet, but it's a neat area. So here's the flashlight. So yeah, guys, this is pretty much where we're at.
It's very dense.
It very is dense. And what's nice about this area though is that you have, you know, a lot of the moss and the leaf litter in this particular spot because of the type of forest it is. It's just pretty comfy. There again is the trail camera now. Whole debate with like trail cameras, right? And Bigfoot.
Yeah.
The effectiveness. Do you want to talk a little bit about like
Sure.
the primate stuff? Because I know you had something interesting to say about that.
Yeah, so obviously there's this kind of big debate, you know, if there's so many trail cameras, why are there almost no alleged Bigfoot photos?
Sure.
And one potential answer to that, if Sasquatch is a physical, you know, primate type concept, let's say, and this is better cataloged on Bob Gimlin's YouTube channel, by the way. There's a whole
Sure,
video on this.
sure.
But essentially, there's this one study with chimpanzees in Africa that suggests that chimpanzees either see the infrared light that they're giving off, or they are cognitive enough to recognize that it's there and stay away from it, because there was a study where only about, I think, 60% of the chimpanzees in this one particular group that was right in that area ended up being photographed, and most of them were at the very edge of the photo.
Yeah, they weren't
Which is
really
weird
having
because
it.
that was the trail that they used, if I'm remembering it
Sure,
correctly.
sure.
So they seemed, at least, it was highly suggested that they were deliberately avoiding the camera's line of sight.
Yeah, interesting. Totally, yeah. I mean, it's fascinating. I mean, you think about trail cameras, alleged trail cameras that have been captured so far, and it's usually just in the distance, or you know, there's like almost an avoidance factor. I mean, I don't know. I've only had this trail camera pretty recently, so I'm just sort of starting to get used to it.
Right.
But so we're back at camp here. We really don't have that too far off camp, but let's see. We got a little hang. We're not going to do a fire. We were going to do a fire tonight, but we decided to kind of keep it low key.
Yeah.
Got one audio recorder just hanging here. This is just while we're talking. This is here, so I'm getting a message saying that we're going in and out of connection when we walk around.
Oh, I see.
All right, so we'll stay put then. Let's see what people are saying here in the chat.
Watch as they say.
So, okay.
One walked behind you and you didn't see it.
Right. Let's see. I'm from Florida. Hey, Jan. Everyone in the chat, thumbs up. Thank you. Gary Greff, have you encountered any Bigfoot in New Hampshire at all? I mean, I can't say for sure. I've had stuff happen. I have that one video back from, I believe, April or May with my supposed wood knocks. But coming out soon, and I'll be talking more about this on the actual show. I'm Monday's Beyond the Trail, the Granite State Bigfoot case, will be coming out soon on Small Town Monsters, which is all about a case that I've been looking into and interviewing folks that are involved. So keep an eye out for that. Small Fry says, try looking in Bethlehem, New Hampshire. That's where I saw mine while picking blueberries. Whoa,
Picking blueberries. Look
that
at
is really cool. I've heard that multiple times. Bethlehem, that's up towards the White Mountains, one of my favorite areas to be. I've heard multiple stories from New Hampshire, not that far from here in Southwestern New Hampshire, a story of blueberry picking. You know, it's always like they think it's a bear until it decides to stand up on two legs and walk away.
Remembered? This is weird. I can't believe I never thought about this. So I've been on your show and talked about my experience back in Marlboro, New Hampshire. And it just occurred to me that about 5, maybe 7 minutes down the road from where that happened is a blueberry farm.
Yeah. Well, not too far from there even. I've been told a story of somebody who said that their grandfather claimed that there was Sasquatch that came out of a cave and would always eat blueberries in you know, in like the corner of one particular blueberry area. So really interesting. All right, let's see what else people are saying here. I was trying to see what else folks were saying. Where in NH are they? Asks Small Fries. We're in Southwestern New Hampshire. Nothing beats live footage of field research. Thank you.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
You're frozen, but I can hear you. Uh-oh. Yeah, the connection might not be great. Hey guys, a little less talk and a bit more listening for Bigfoot. Yeah, we'll be doing that. We can do that in a minute here. We'll shut up. Just responding to a couple comments here. I've heard many accounts of encounters people picking when people are picking berries. Yeah, totally. Long Island Bigfoot, Johnny on the spot. Long Island Bigfoot, what's up? Oh, you guys want to hear?
Owl, right?
We just heard a barred owl.
Which always sounds like a whoop at first.
Barred owls are pretty interesting.
They are.
Hey, I'm from Midwest Indiana. Excuse me.
Oh, bless you.
Hopefully that'll bring something in. He's not frozen.
Not anymore.
I was born and raised in Whitefield, New Hampshire, and now live in the PNW. Wow, that's awesome, man. Jamie says, Alex, did you guys find anything on your latest adventure? We definitely had some interesting stuff go on in Washington State, and, you know, I'll talk more about that on the show. We talked about it on this past Monday's live stream, but what do you say? I'm going to shut up for a few minutes here. I'll just point the camera kind of down, and we'll just listen. We can see if we can't hear that barred owl again.
Sure. We'll probably set it down right there.
You hear that?
Back there, right?
Definitely got something moving in the tree over here. It could be that porcupine.
Could be.
He's been hanging out there for a while. Text is so small, I can't read it. It is so quiet right now.
It is. It's dead quiet.
you guys can hear any of this. So there's definitely some movement in the tree line here. We think it's the porcupine that was hanging out here earlier.
I was gonna say that the first sound we heard sounded kind of like a branch snapping.
Yeah.
And the first thing I thought was he's climbing up and he reached a weak branch, snapped it with his paw.
Yeah. He was a big one too.
He was big. He was hefty, very hefty.
Pretty prominent white quills on his back.
You could see him from a mile away.
Yeah, you spotted him right away. I didn't even notice him. Turn all the lights off. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. We should do that.
Let's do it.
Let's just let me see the comments here real quick. Watch out for tiny rocks that come out of nowhere. Hi friends, fun to be out in New Hampshire forest with you all. Keep warm. Thank you. Not too bad of a night. Here's what barred owls are saying. Who cooks for you? Yeah, I always like to say it sounds like who cooks the food. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Right.
All right, guys, we're gonna do lights out then. Let's try that. Oh God, what did I just do?
I don't know. There we go.
We're still alive. We're good. Okay. If you guys can hear any of those animals, let me just let me know in the comments. I'll be checking them. It's a pretty bright night. Like we have all the lights off now, and the moon it's behind some hazy clouds, but man, there's a lot of visibility out here.
Yeah, if it weren't for those clouds, it would feel like it was
it would be
just
a lot
the
brighter.
afternoon the entire night. Yeah. I mean, I can see you perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, like if there was something moving, we'd be able to see it.
Yeah, especially if it was large.
I don't know, what temperature would you say it is? It's like the high 40s now, maybe?
High 40s to low 40s. Somewhere in the 40s.
Mid 40s maybe.
Mid 40s sounds about good to me.
It's chilly, but it's comfortable.
What kind of trees are these? Do we know?
Yeah, we got a lot of pines here. So what I like about this forest, you got a lot of coniferous trees as well.
That's
so
what it is, coniferous, yeah.
these areas tend to stay a little more green all year round. Surprised the connection is great. So Jamie asks, Alex, where's your favorite place to research? It's a really good question. Anywhere I get the chance, I suppose. I just love being out in the field. I mean, the PNW was crazy. Washington is something else, but gotta love New Hampshire, you know. It's just what I'm used to. It's a great place. A lot of great stuff up north.
Yeah, I thought it was so funny earlier when the eyewitnesses that we were talking to, or not eyewitnesses because they haven't seen anything, but the property owners, they're originally from the Midwest. And we were talking about the attitudes of people in the Midwest versus in New England.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because growing up in Lineborough, it felt like the Midwest, I guess. You like waved to everybody, you said hi to everybody.
Yeah, well, there's small towns everywhere. People are, you know, friendly and everything, but culturally, Bigfoot is just so much more even acceptable, even in the Midwest. Well, maybe in some parts, but the PNW kind of holds the gold standard.
It does, yeah. And there's very little sightings in like the middle of the country as well.
Yeah. So Bama says hi, y'all. Where they at? We're here. We're just in the dark. We decided to turn the lights off. We see Kevin Hamilton's in the chat. How's it going, Kevin? It's pretty quiet now.
It is. We seem to have that happening on and off where the animals come back to make noise,
Well,
then they leave.
so we're right next to a marshy area to our, well, to my left now.
Mm.
And then we're in this foresty area, a lot of moss. So, I mean, you'll get the spring peepers, which are these frogs that basically come in and they're just completely silent now. Really hoping we get something on the trail camera, you know, porcupine or somebody just walking by. That'd be really cool. B. Lynn says, "Hey guys, stay safe out there." Absolutely. Thank you so much. We will. Coming up on a half an hour alive. Pretty
wow.
cool, yeah.
Oh, half an hour already.
It's not very windy tonight either. It's pretty nice.
Which I'm very thankful for. Living in Keene, we've had horrible wind the past 2
yeah.
months, and I was really glad to know that we weren't going to have that on this trip.
It's been super windy recently. It's supposed to start raining in the morning, so I'm hoping that we don't get hit with too much rain because nobody likes to pack up their gear in the middle of the rain. That's no fun.
It's very true.
But, well, you know, hopefully that'll mean for the audio recorders that are up too, that they won't have an issue with water.
Right.
May have to wrap one of them in some plastic or something. Identity 7782 says, "They are in New Hampshire. From my experience, they move a lot." Yeah, so Identity is saying that you had an encounter. I'd love to hear about it if you want to shoot me an email or just send me a message or something. I have a whole collection. Actually, if you guys go over on my Instagram, Alex Pedikov, I didn't post it. Never mind. It might not be in my story anymore, but I just did a map with Josh, has his P&W maps. And he put up I sent him a bunch of my New Hampshire data that's not online for sightings in New Hampshire. And he put together a map with the counties in New Hampshire, and it looks like Carroll County comes out the top, most amount of sightings. Coas and Rockingham are tied. Hillsborough is right after it. So a lot of the counties here have a lot of stuff going on. So let's see.
And we're in Cheshire County now.
We're in Cheshire County now. Supposed to rain in the afternoon, I heard. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't hit us in the morning.
Maybe we can miss it then. I hope so.
I hope so. Map 11 says, "Was wondering about the peepers. Can you hear any? Or is it too early?" Yeah, we have been hearing them. They're out now. Yeah, they're absolutely out. It's not too early. They just stopped. It's really quiet now.
You know, I wonder, because the wood knocking on that property happens between 2 and 3 a.m.
Yeah.
If that recorder will get anything at 2 and 3 a.m.
It'll be interesting. You guys want us to do a live stream at 2 or 3 in the morning, East Coast time? I'm just kidding. We'll be long asleep then. Kevin asks, "Why doesn't Karac just cast Revealing Spell and force the Bigfoot to show themselves? We all know he has dark magic." Jonathan Mullis says, "Behind you. Wish we were right." Well, kind of. Good luck. Yeah, that'd be great. So I can actually hear the peepers now.
Yep,
I don't know if you guys can pick that up, but I'll just shut up for a minute. It's pretty far off in the distance, so it's kind of hard to see.
They definitely gradually come back when they come back.
So what really sucks is I forgot my FLIR unit in the car, so we're kind of just blind out here. Oh, Identity says, "I will email you. Grafton County is where they seem to cut across middle of the state to Connecticut River Valley." Yeah, pretty interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got the White Mountains near there too, and
yeah,
definitely really interesting. If you're not hearing anything, no noise at all, you have an apex predator near you, everything gets quiet. We've been having that happen all night. Something will just get quiet, and I mean, we'd be pretty much able to see if there was something here, because we're just completely in the dark.
I think the wind's getting.
Yeah, we're getting a little breeze coming in right now.
You know what that reminds me of, Alex? I can't believe I didn't tell you this when I found this. There's one Bigfoot report from Hampton.
Oh, interesting.
And I think it was supposed to be in an RV park, and I'm pretty sure I know where the RV park is, and it is right next to where the forest opens up.
Oh, absolutely.
So hopefully I can check that out this summer. Or
Moonbeam says, "This is so cool." Awesome. Thank you. I mean, it's cool to be out here. I'm amazed that we have this good of a connection where people are able to see what's going on. Man, I wish the camera could pick up just how bright it is with the moonlight. Actually, you can see the moon.
Okay,
there you go.
Look at that.
You won't see any lynx, cougars, or bobcats. They're stealthy. That they are. Jack Myers. Crazy question. Do you think the Bigfoots can catch COVID? I have no idea.
We do have evidence that some great apes can.
Yeah, some apes do. I don't
So
know.
who
I'm
knows?
really not an expert in any of that. So
You see, that's our plan actually. Is we both contracted COVID, and now we're going to
yeah,
give it to
right.
Bigfoot.
Outcast
He
Jeff.
has a worse immune system than us.
Outcast Jeff says any time out in the woods is a good time. Totally agree. Love being out here. Steve Coles. He says, "Howdy guys. Be safe and have fun." How you doing, Steve? Yeah, man. We're just out here, just hanging out, having a good time. Hope you're doing well too. Karen Anikis says, I was living in New Hampshire and heard what I'm pretty sure was one out in the woods behind my house, and that's what started me on this journey. Whoa. Awesome. I'd love to hear about that, Karen. If you want to send me an email.
Absolutely.
I don't know, for folks that have just tuned in, Karac and I, before we came out to the woods, we were hanging out on a property. These folks that were hearing wood knocks for, constantly on end, starting last June, 4 or 5 in the morning, 3 wood knocks, and that would be it. And they'd hear it night after night. And initially they thought it was, people messing around on their property.
Right.
The guy, the homeowner got really agitated and would go out there and, try to confront whoever was there, thinking it was somebody meddling around. But the more they got into it, they were like, something weird is going on here. So, I mean, I don't know. I'd love to hear the New Hampshire stories, obviously. There's just so many cool ones. Man, that breeze, a little chilly, huh?
A little bit. Oof, time for a ride.
Bama Bigfoot says they get more active before daylight. It's like last call. Yeah, it's interesting.
2 to 3
It's possible, yeah. Karen says, sure thing, I'll send you a note. Yeah, thank you so much. SasquatchOutOfTheShadows@gmail.com, or, leave a comment or something, or I don't know how to message. You can message me on YouTube, but I don't know if YouTube even allows it.
Anymore, actually.
Oh, I guess you can't, so stick with the email. But I have a contact section if you go to the About page on the channel. You hear that?
I did hear that.
Is that the porcupine chomping in the tree?
Might be. If it was, it sounds like he's back over here now.
Okay. So we definitely heard something.
Yeah. It could be that he's making his way like this.
Yeah, I guess we frightened him pretty good. We first showed up in here. Traumatized him. It is so bright. I mean, it's amazing. Show you guys that moon again. Can I zoom in? Oh, I totally can zoom in too. Sweet. You can see it's kind of behind the clouds. So it's bright, but if there were no clouds, it'd be a lot brighter tonight.
It is crazy the amount of detail you can see in the forest right
There's just a lot of definition, yeah. I mean, I'm really hoping the wind stays this way so the audio recorders can just, we'll be able to hear whatever's around us, basically.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, super distant, right?
It sounded almost like a loon.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
I mean, I don't know we're not that far from ponds.
No, I don't.
There's a lake here where
I saw it on the map. Yeah,
there's a lot of loon. I've seen loons in this area before. And loon make a very distinctive noise.
And we're on the bet we're hearing something like a loon.
Bigfoot Society, Jeremiah, let's see.
What does he have to say?
How do I check the chat again? Bigfoot Society, Jeremiah says, I do think there's a squatch in these woods. Bring in the classic moneymaker quote.
Classic.
Jamie Hearn says, I never knew porcupines climb in trees until I watched the show Alone on History Channel. Yeah, man, they really can look like little monkeys when they're in the trees. Last weekend, when I was in my little kind of research area, I was coming up over this ridge and I had something run out in front of me and a porcupine climbed up a tree. I think I sent you that video.
I think you did, yeah.
It was kind of cool. But no, this guy we saw here, he was way bigger than the one I saw last week.
Yeah, this one was massive. I think he's probably the largest one I've ever seen.
Yeah, he was a big boy. So I'm really hoping we get him on the trail camera. Man, there's the moon beams are now coming through the camp. You can't see it on here, but
It's so cool to see the center of the focus of the moon kind of
Oh,
shift as it
totally.
raises in the sky.
It is a 3/4 moon tonight and is bright tonight. Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good night for this. It's a very good night for this.
Remiel says, Alex and Karac, what are the strangest things you've experienced while out in the field? I mean, if we're talking Bigfoot stuff, that's, I mean, for me, probably the wood knocks and having something stock camp. I don't know.
So, if we're talking specifically Bigfoot, I guess my what you would call a sighting has to fit the bill. But for things that
Oh, yeah. Karac, yeah, let's talk about that for a second. Karac, you want
Sure.
to like briefly go over your sighting?
Sure. So I grew up in Marlboro, New Hampshire, which for anyone who doesn't know where it is, because it's so out of the way, that's something like 20 minutes from Nashua, maybe. And this is when I was in about 4th grade. I locked myself out of the house and I was walking, and this is forest everywhere. Limeboro was it's a village, essentially, really. It's a very sparse village. And I had walked down my driveway because it was about to rain, and there was this particular log that I could sit on where there was cover from the leaves, and I was locked out, so I couldn't get in. And I turned around at one point, and there was a tall black figure standing maybe between 200 to 300 feet away from me.
Oh, you hear that?
I did. What was that? It sounded kind of like honking. Was that a loon, do you think?
No, that was definitely, no, it was
Like a bird, maybe?
It's like a,
That was weird.
oh, there it goes again.
What is that?
Trying to hear. I don't know, it had a bird-like quality to it.
It did, that kind of squawky sound.
Yeah, it did have a squawk sound to it. Kind of cool.
It is cool.
That's part of what's awesome about being out here. But anyway, continue your story.
Right. Well, anyway, so I noticed this tall black figure that was about 300 to 200 feet away from me. I watched it walk away. What I remember distinctly is that when it was what I assume was facing me, it looked very much like the Provo Canyon video. But when it turned to walk away, it looked like the Patterson Gimlin film.
Right.
When it has its back to the camera, but it's kind of facing the side a little bit.
Mm.
And that was striking to me later when I, looked at Provo Canyon for the first time. I was like, oh my God, that's it.
And that sighting is what basically got you into this, right?
Yeah, I had kind of liked all this stuff beforehand a little bit, but definitely more so superficially. I had like Scooby-Doo and stuff like that.
Sure,
but this was
sure.
like, oh my God, I saw something. I think because that I wouldn't say that was out in the field necessarily because I wasn't
No,
doing research.
Yeah, but that's
then.
like an experience that you
Right.
had.
Well, there's a story that I don't tell that often that did happen in the field, and this was only about 2 years later because I was into it right away after that. My friends and I were at what we called the Rock Cliff area, which was this steep incline that was covered in boulders, and we were throwing rocks down it. And at first, that was to kind of coax something, and eventually, we, being kids, we turned it into something fun to see who could toss a rock the furthest. And I found this brick on the ground, and I tried throwing it. And of course, you can't really throw a brick that far, so it just kind of tumbled down, very anticlimactic. We turned to leave to go to another spot, and as we turn to leave, maybe we take 2 steps out, we hear bang, and we turn, and the brick has been thrown back up onto the ledge from below, and that's about 100-foot drop. It's not like vertical, but it's about 100 feet to the forest floor below, and it actually broke on the rock on impact. So that's probably the strangest thing that's happened to me. What's up?
Nothing. I'm just kind of looking around.
Here, I'll hand the reins back to you.
Yeah. So wow. I mean, that's what an experience.
Yeah, it was quite strange.
That brick thing. That's just crazy, man.
It is. That one I remember so vividly because we were all actually very scared when that happened. For one thing,
I
being
bet.
kids, but also realizing that there was something that was, I think it was a 2-stage realization that there was an aggressor suddenly, but also in the manner that it had become aggressive, it was taking us for aggressors, whatever it was.
Oh, yeah.
And that was not a good situation to be in. So.
Identity has a comment. It says, when I was 12, there was a porcupine that would come out of the woods and lick the handle of rakes and shovels if they were left out. They love those minerals even if they come from sweaty hands.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, a lot of bones and stuff. That's what porcupines like to eat.
That's true. Deer do that as well.
Kevin Hamilton says, what would we all do if Alex and Karac suddenly started shrieking in horror? Could hear a ruckus breaking out every time a quiet moment. I think about that. Yeah,
Thanks,
great to hear.
Kevin.
Remiel says, great to hear your encounter, Karac. That was creepy, but a confirmation for you. Yeah, I mean, it's it's what's interesting. I mean, I don't know. It's just creepy, like, because we can see so well now.
Yeah.
Thinking like you see a silhouette moving, but that's part of the issue with like Bigfoot on the brain. You're not always going to have stuff going on. You got to be rational and skeptical of what your own mind is interpreting, because when you're interested in this stuff, confirmation bias definitely plays a role.
Right. Really, the solution to that problem with silhouettes specifically is really when you see a spot that you feel like you just saw move, stare at it for the next 20 seconds.
Yeah.
If nothing happens, it was nothing. Because animals will, they'll wait about 10 seconds before they think that you didn't see them. So
Jamie says you and Karac seem like old friends. I mean, I guess we are. We've been friends for a few years now.
we have. We've been friends since, I mean, I met
2018
you.
at least.
2018, I think, is the right term, and we got more acquainted in 2019.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just some people you just hit it off with really well, and
Yeah, for sure.
just get along really well. Feel the same way with our friend Eli as well.
Well, coming from so similar backgrounds too. I mean, you went to high school in Wilton.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
I wasn't around for that, unfortunately. I may have been
Sure.
for maybe early middle school, like maybe my first year of middle school or something. But
Dude, I keep getting this like creepy thing from over there.
you want to look?
I see it here. Let me let's flip this around. All right, can I see the light?
What I'll say is I don't see anything, but that is where our quilly friend seems to have moved off to.
Yeah, he's
So
probably
chances are he's watching us
Porcupine
right
Buddy's
now.
probably over there somewhere.
He's probably watching us.
We're hanging out in his home. Sorry, buddy.
Probably not that happy about it.
No, but it is interesting. Going on just 45 minutes. Wow.
Wow.
It's time flies when you're out in the woods, right?
Seriously.
Moonbeam, I wonder if Bigfoot get Lyme disease. That's a good question.
Bigfoot must be covered in ticks.
Because ticks, they do a huge number on moose in New England.
Yes, they
Ticks
do.
are terrible. I mean, I found one on me the other day when I was out in the woods, found it right on me. Jackie Myers asks, are you going to be able to go with Carrie and team in November to Florida? No, I don't think so. I'm not really like part of that crew, but I mean, they're great folks, friends of the show, of course, and I wish them luck, but they do their own thing. I do my own thing. Nothing but respect. They're doing cool stuff. A lot of people got a lot of cool stuff going on. I'm sure at some point we'll team up or something. I mean,
Seems like everyone does at some point.
yeah, just a lot of great folks. Yeah, I just wish I could convey to you guys how bright it is out here. I mean, the light just does no justice at all.
I mean, it really is incredible out here.
You know what? Since we've already broken the light here, let's do a walk around. So yeah, here's home for the night. Walk around a little bit, maybe stir anything up that's out here. Camp Karac. Yeah, we picked this area because it was just interesting because it had the moss going on. Very comfortable. I mean, even with a pad to sleep on, pretty nice. A lot of these just boulders in here, so there's a lot of little crevasses, places for critters to hang out, and like right in there. I mean, that at some point has been used as a den, no doubt about it. Oh, it's pretty deep in there. I think I can see some water down there, but definitely critters would love to use that. I mean, that's probably why this porcupine likes this area. Yeah, let's do it. You're gonna have to, you're gonna have to do it on your phone.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I think what we're gonna do now is, if I don't break my chair, we're gonna do a little call blasting here. We don't really do like the typical stuff We're gonna try out.
So we have chimp vocalizations, we have baby cryings, and we have the Snohomish County Bigfoot recordings because that's the one BFRO from Marlboro said that the recording or the vocalization.
Right.
Which would we like to start with?
Okay, cool. What do you think?
Well, the last time that I was here, I got the wood knocking after I did a chimpanzee vocalization recording.
Okay, let's do
So
it.
we could start with that. Yeah.
All right, folks, we're about to do some chimp vocals. So let me just set down the audio recorder. Actually, just give me a second. I gotta go.
Yeah, no
I gotta go
problem.
pee.
Of
Let me
course.
do that first. I'll just leave this guy here. Stream's right here. I'll be back. All right.
Well, I suppose this would be a good time to talk a bit about chimp vocalizations in terms of Sasquatch research. It was something that we discussed today because of the whole wood knocking phenomenon. So there, I think it was in the late 2000s that we found out that chimps, or at least some groups of them, hit and throw stones against trees, and we had no idea why for the longest time. And it seemed to be only specific builds of trees, too, and that was fascinating. For a while, we thought it was potentially a ritualistic thing. Upon further analysis, though, we found that out of the many variations that chimps were doing of this, every single subject that did it would emit a long-distance vocalization before the tree hit. So it seems likely that these tree hits are a form of long-distance communication, and if that's the case, well, who's to say wood knocking isn't?
Right. Awesome. All right. Well, I'm back, so I'm gonna put on my beanie here. Got this awesome Bigfoot beanie.
That is cool.
Yeah, the Forest Fleur. Very cool looking beanie. Kept me very warm in the Pacific Northwest. So I'm gonna set this guy down, and let's have Karac play some of this audio. We're gonna turn all the lights completely off.
We are indeed.
And let's just see if anyone has anything to say. Alex bringing new meaning to the world live. New meaning to the word live stream. Yeah, just having fun with it. All right.
All right, so we're playing the audio now. So
hold on. What about the speaker?
Oh,
Let's get the speaker set up.
yeah, let's do it. We have it over here.
I totally forgot about the speaker part. So we're just gonna get. It's I think it's behind. You see it right there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
We're gonna turn on the speaker so we actually get some sound. What kind of this will work in your phone, right?
Yes, it will.
I'll just get the
I
audio.
hear a little moth flying by.
Oh yeah, he's coming for the light.
The closest animal we've had so far.
This is the glamorous part of field research, getting your equipment set up.
Mm.
It's not all fun and games. Let me just get the speaker powered on here. How do I get this thing on?
Mm.
Okay.
Fancy sound.
All right. You guys ready? So
All
we're
right.
gonna set. I'm gonna show this real quick, and then we'll do it. All right. So we got the speaker here. It's a little iHome kind of thing. We're gonna turn off all those and ready. So set the guy down.
Let me know
and
when.
Whenever you're ready, man.
All right, let's do this.
Turn up anymore.
That's as far as it goes.
That's back on the speaker.
It fades in and out with vocalization as well.
Oh, you hear that?
I did.
Stop pausing.
Yep.
Got really quiet. just some branches. I gotta tell you, it's really creepy hearing that noise out here in the woods at night. All right, do you want to do the baby crying maybe?
Oh yeah, that'll make it 10 times creepier.
All right, so we're gonna do a baby crying sound now.
Prepare yourself.
I'm gonna go stand over here and just listen.
Sounds good. Let me know when to start.
Go ahead.
Keep it going? All right.
Play for like a minute or so.
Dude, I hate hearing that in the woods.
Do that a couple more times, and then we'll just listen.
Let's get that 2 more rounds. All right, here we go.
All right, now we just listen.
We do.
Not hearing much.
No, me neither. Definitely probably spooked all the animals in the area that are
Yeah, it was
small.
creepy. All right, we'll keep listening. I'm trying not to fall out of my chair. Yeah, guys, so that was pretty creepy. Small Fry says that scared the crap out of my dog. Kevin says that's the creepiest blank ever. These animals are probably wondering what the heck. Lol, 300 yards away, some other campers are scattered to pack up leaving after hearing weird sounds in the brush. Yeah, no, there's definitely nobody else out here. You're probably freaking the Bigfoot out.
I was gonna say, if there are campers, we've convinced them that a chimpanzee just kidnapped their baby.
Oh, yeah. Karen says, is anyone else's dog going a little crazy? Karen, yeah. Barry Browning says that was awesome. Oh, it's creepy when you're out here.
Yeah, it is.
We can hear a bird vocalization in the distance.
Yeah. Probably a distressed one, actually. They'll do that when they're freaked out.
Do you want to do the Snohomish County?
Yeah, let's try those.
All right, guys. So now I guess we're going to do the Snohomish County, Washington vocal kind of call.
Here we go.
I'm going to step over here.
Go for it. All right, here we go. Yeah, sure.
That one just isn't as loud.
Yeah, that wouldn't carry very well.
Just listening, it's so quiet. I keep seeing the tree. It's like a red light. I know, it's freaks me out. Yeah, well,
Live stream got to say about that one.
that one wasn't as loud.
No.
One of my dogs are now growling. Terrence Gibbons 33 says, I love New Hampshire. Yeah, it's a great place. My dog is looking at me wondering what noise that is. Small Fry says, out here in Washington State, we'll hear a series of chattering with popping sounds. Yeah, it's really awesome. We're in, which part of Washington you like to go to Small Fry's? He was saying he's from New Hampshire originally, but lives in PNW now. It's pretty awesome, having been out there. Daniel Turner. Do you guys have elephantitis of the balls? I guess it's just creepy, but it's fun. That cry sent my wild cat to my bunny. She's a wuss. Not sure what she thinks the bunny is going to do to protect her from a wild forest baby. That's pretty good. Small Fry says, I've heard it near Chinook Pass, but it's not open yet. Yeah, it's probably bogged down with the snow, huh? That is so bright out here.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, guys, this is the typical time out in the woods, I guess, when there's no fire. Usually we would do a fire and sit around the fire, and maybe that would bring something interested in.
Right.
But decided against it tonight, just to sit and listen and try the weird sounds out. I'm sure it's a lot more comfortable for the folks watching from home.
I was going to say.
It's for us sitting in the woods listening to
As
this.
soon as it got chilly, I remember, you take for granted sometimes having a warm meal available to you on a college campus and having a warm bed where you can shut your windows.
Well, that was so nice about just having the little mountain house meals.
Makes one eager for breakfast.
Oh, totally. Identity says, I'm jelly of you guys being out there. Alas, my sons and I are getting up early and going to see if the fish will bite. Well, that should be fun, too.
Nothing wrong with that.
Always fun to get some fishing in, especially with spending time with the family. Yeah, you can hear peepers now. I don't know if you guys can hear that,
Yeah, it
but
seems like everything's
the
come
peepers
back.
are kind of coming back. We scared them for a bit, and now they're not as freaked out. 62 minutes. Nice. We got over an hour.
Wow.
I got to get 4 hours of sleep now. Thanks, guys. All right, Identity. Have a good night, and good luck with the fishing. Either we're going to have a very calm night or a very creepy night.
Oh, man.
One or the other. What time is it? It's already, can't even tell.
It's probably close to midnight at this point.
Probably 11 something, I guess.
11 something.
It's been an hour, and we started this live stream at what, 10 something? 10:45?
Yeah, I think so. Is that my phone? Let's see. Yep, 11:40. We're looking at
11:40. All right. Well,
we're
we'll keep
staring down the barrel of midnight.
keep going, guys. I mean, people are in here. People seem to enjoy it.
Yeah,
I mean, we're literally, this is what we'd be doing if it was live or not. We're just sitting around.
it's true. Oh. That all stopped like at once.
Yeah, now it all just stopped again. It's quiet again.
That was like immediate.
All right, let's just listen then. Something's moving. Karak's definitely moving in the woods behind Karac. I mean, that is where the porcupine was, but that's the thing, though. We just played the sounds. Maybe something's coming in out of interest. Sounds like a bear moving. Be careful. Oh, don't worry. My Glock is ready, but I doubt anything will happen. But you can never be too careful. That's for sure. Snowman.
That would scare a bear away as well.
Yeah. Snowman. Dave says, what part of New Hampshire? This is Southwestern New Hampshire, the Monadnock region. Glock isn't big enough for bear. It'll work. I got 15 and I got some mixed types of rounds. I got some hollows and some flat nose, break some bones, do some penetration. It'll work on a moose, and moose are bigger than bear.
Worst comes to worst, shoot it in the eyes. If it's blind, what is it going to do?
If I'm that good of a shot in a heated moment. But no, I just hope it doesn't get to that. Either way, where the bears around here, for the most part, in New England, are pretty, I don't want to say chickens, because, unless they know that they're huge, they're usually not too aggressive. I'm more worried about moose out in the woods, because they, if it's a cow with the newborn calves, they can get a little aggressive. Sometimes there's also brain worm. They get really aggressive and weird because, their brain is rotting. So it's unfortunate, but it happens. I mean, the New Hampshire and Maine in particular, has the highest amount of moose population basically in the lower 48 United States. We're talking upwards of 70,000 animals at one point. New Hampshire's got about 7,000, but there's a lot of trickle over from Western Maine. So yeah, moose are dangerous. Yeah, they definitely are. They're just not something to be messed with. They're beautiful animals, and I love seeing moose. Don't get me wrong. I love seeing sign of moose, scat, or footprints, but you definitely don't want to mess. You don't have to run faster than the bear, just Karac. Well, you think I should just throw Karac for bait?
I'll negotiate with the bear. I'll give him a deal he can't refuse.
Oh, we got a funny comment. Bomber says, was standing here listening to this and maybe focusing too much on listening, less watching on what I'm cooking. Smoke detector went off. It's all good. Everything is fine, just a wee bit smoky. That's great. Sound scares bears most of the time, so you don't really have to hit them. Yeah, I mean, the sound of a pistol going off, I think, would be pretty traumatic. But like I said, they're not around here. They're pretty timid unless they really get used to people digging through trash.
The thing too is that bears don't really look for fights.
No, they're opportunists.
If they hear a thing like a shrill baby crying, they perceive that as that's an animal sound I haven't heard before, and if they perceive it as that, they don't. Their next line of thought isn't, I should go check that out. It's, oh, I want nothing to do with this new animal.
Maybe if there was a big pile of garbage out here, they'd probably come and check it out.
Totally.
Kevin Hamilton says Karac could turn the bear into a newt. Karac with his...
what is with this black magic in me?
Karac is just magical. Bomber says fiddleheads and sausages are ready. Oh, that sounds really great. Ooh. Fiddleheads, are those fresh? Did you just pick those? Or those are awesome. I know a lot of people like to pick that kind of stuff. Do some foraging. Make your own... Find your own food. Really cool idea.
Yeah, it is cool.
All right, I'm going to put the phone back down here. We'll just keep listening. Bomber says, fresh from the freezer, lol, I'm a forager. Nice. That's awesome, doing some foraging like that. Getting your own food. Especially if you're in an area where you can get that kind of stuff. Sounds delicious, though.
Yeah, it does.
I'm still pretty full from dinner, but...
All the animals have moved back in, too.
Yeah. seem to be a lot of stuff going on.
If anything, we scared that porcupine away.
Yeah, he's probably wondering what the heck was that noise. Remiel says, I was foraged for wild mushrooms. Awesome. Roger Blair asks, is there a lot of coyotes there? Oh, totally. New Hampshire has a ton of coyotes. We don't
say wolves too.
Yeah, we don't officially have wolves. I mean, but they're probably coming in from the
Yeah, no, there's some wolf sightings in Marlboro.
yeah, they're
At my
coming in
mailbox,
from
no less.
across the
Yeah.
St. Lawrence. There was a wolf back in like 2013 that got killed in Massachusetts.
There you have it.
So they're definitely coming through. But
Mountain lion situation.
yeah, similar to the mountain lions, but definitely coyotes everywhere. I mean, I know in my area that I do some squatching in, there's always coyotes in there, and I usually hear coyotes before weird stuff starts happening.
Right.
On the few occasions that it does.
Well, I remember one of the first pieces of audio you sent me was a bunch of coyotes freaking out, and there was moose underneath it.
Yeah, there
And
was
we got to look
coyotes
at
and
the
moose,
spectrogram
and
see where the moose was, and that was cool.
yeah, I don't know what was going on. If they were just,
Oh, it's cars. Okay, sorry.
No, I don't know if they were just fighting or what, but there were some coyotes freaking out, and some moose going kind of nuts, making some weird noises. I think it was during the rut season, so.
The coyotes might have been freaked out by the moose, for that matter.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on, if there was hunting going on. I don't know. Coyotes aren't that brave. They might be. They can get pretty big around here.
They can, that's true.
Coming in 71 minutes. It's got real quiet again.
Yeah, I wonder why that's happening.
Alright, do you know where that flashlight went?
Yeah, it's right here.
Let me grab it. I'll do a little sweep here. Let's see. Am I dragging something with me? Yeah, I totally am. Alright, I'm gonna do a little sweep again here. Real quiet again. Not much going on. I'm gonna hook this up to the charger. It's starting to die a little bit. Karac with the tactical gloves. So, yeah, it's kind of weird. Alex and Karac, how do you distinguish right away a Bigfoot howl from a coyote or a wolf? I mean, you can kind of tell. Coyotes usually, it's a big group of them, but I don't know, it depends. It's kind of tough.
Depends what you call a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Just because something is unusual.
I mean, it's always a good idea to kind of be familiar with the sounds in your area, what different type of wildlife that might live in the area you live in. Little camping stool. These things are great, by the way. $10 at Bass Pro, and just folds right up, and little tripod seating. Let's see. Roger Blair says, we got lots of coyotes in eastern Kentucky where I live. Had a big male coyote have a stare down with my old hound. Fired a shotgun in the air and it scared it off. Oh yeah. Palmer says, I heard a baby crying in the woods one day last spring. I was hesitant. Was hoping the sound would shift and let me know it was a fox or something. No, it sounded like a human baby. That is terrifying.
Yeah, it is.
Hopefully it wasn't some Bigfooters just doing some
You know, sometimes I'm willing to bet that that is exactly the case.
There's
in
just
one of those
Bigfooters doing
videos.
what we just did and played baby calls. But there, I mean, there's no campgrounds in here. We literally hiked in here.
Yeah, no.
So there's nobody in this area. This is not like an actual
Chances are we're
campsite.
the only people in this forest right now.
Yeah, we're definitely the only people around for at least now. So my farmer says, so my internal instincts went off and I had to go find it. Wasn't far, started off trail. When I got a certain distance, I heard a hush hush. Then got the sense of someone saying, oh, was it like, did you run into a camp or something? Somebody else's, was it like an actual, an actual baby? I hope so, because that's really creepy if it wasn't.
Yeah, that is.
That's close enough. So I turned around and went off to my rock, which wasn't far. They know me. I'm there often. Mid-South Sasquatch cryptid research. What's up, guys? Hey, what's going on? Just hanging out in the woods. We're the only people out here is exactly what other squatchers would think too. Yeah, that is true. That's true. But I don't know. I don't think at the time being there's really anybody out here. I truly do believe that. Also, New Hampshire has a population of like 1.3 million. So, and there's a lot of different campgrounds.
Yeah.
And I camp at times of year when no one is out there camping in the winter and stuff. But we're not in like a campground or anything. Like I said, we just we hiked all the way out here. Just basically what we had on our backs and a little tent, backpacking tent in my backpacking pack. I mean, I'll show you guys kind of some of our equipment here. This is Karac's pack, first aid kit in there. This is my actually overnight backpacking camp, or pack, Field and Stream, really nice. Really great, just fits a lot in there. Oh, we want to show them your evidence kit? Check this out, this is pretty cool.
So this is my little.
Let's flip it this way.
Kit. And,
It's stuck on the
a lot of
branch.
cool stuff in here.
So this is Karac's Cryptozoology evidence kit. So you're getting
We
a
have
sneak
some
peek.
rudimentary stuff, you know, a camping knife, emergency fire starters, compasses, a bear bell, which, fun fact, bear bells have recently been shown to basically be ineffective,
Yeah, well, I mean,
unfortunately.
you've got the
So-
bear bell and then you've got the Glock for when the bear bell doesn't work.
There we go. So in here is kind of where all of the majorly important stuff is. You have an audio recorder, which I'm going to get more
How cool are
into
these
soon.
top walkies? I
Yeah,
don't know, there's like
walkie-talkies.
green, they're really cool
Two
looking.
different tape measures. In another backpack, I have plaster of Paris.
Yep.
Under this, we have, I think, some of the most rudimentarily important things. Field journal, you know, little bungee hooks, disposable plastic gloves, and that's one thing to always remember in the field. If you find a biosample of any kind, wear gloves when you handle it.
Sure.
Because if you do not, you will contaminate the sample, and then it's
Right.
no longer a viable piece of DNA.
Oh, totally.
You know, tons of magnifying glasses, you know, small plastic bags to put things in. It really is the whole shebang.
Yeah, no, it's if you were to run into something in the field, I mean, that would be a good way to collect it.
Absolutely.
Now, this is cool, though. Karac also has,
Yes.
so I call it the hyperbolic dish.
The parabolic dish. So what this does, fun fact, there's a binocular right there too.
So yeah, it works pretty well for just getting sound.
Yeah.
So let's see what people are saying about that. Rebecca Slick just joined. Hey, Rebecca, what's going on? Rebecca is, she was on the show this past Monday. She's one of the Olympic Project members. She's awesome. Talk about a badass. I gotta say, you know, spent time out in the Olympics with her and the rest of the gang, and oh, knocking my chair over. Awesome, but yeah, knocking my phone all over the place. Mid-Coast Sasquatch, the Glock won't work either, sorry to say. Well, I mean, the Glock is more for other wildlife. I don't know if it would work against the Sasquatch, probably not. I mean, I've talked to people who have claimed to see them with much higher caliber weapons and just saying, you know, they don't think it would have done anything. So, yeah,
Worst comes to worst, we have a shovel. It's going to end.
we got this.
If we needed to blind something.
Karac
we
will,
could do it.
Karac and his shovel. Well, it's
telling
my
you.
shovel, but
The way
it's
you,
funny.
The way you go is you blind something.
It's funny.
Animals can have thick hides, but no animal has a thick eye.
Oh boy. Coming on 80 minutes here. Let's see this light again. So bright once you charge it up. Look at
Yeah,
that.
it is.
That crazy. Flashlight's just great.
It's like an incredibly good flashlight.
It's a really nice little flashlight. I mean, it's like really got it at Costco. It came in like a 2-pack. Tiny little lights. I carry it almost as an EDC flashlight every day. Really nice brightness. You got a couple different settings.
Mm.
And it actually flips. You can kind of flip the direction. So,
Oh,
and this is, oh, I dropped it. And this part's magnetic, so you can just stick it on something, and if you need like a light, you're working in an area. Yeah, it looks like there's a debate going on about raising guns. Let's see. So yeah, I mean, make it clear your intentions. A gun is not for them. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of attitude I like to take. Is just, the firearm is clearly for other critters, as I was talking about earlier. I worry about moose and bear to some extent, less than moose out here. But we don't, officially have mountain lions like we did out in the Olympics. Came across that mountain lion footprint, and that was really cool. Got some branch creaking going on. Turn the light off. Flip this guy over. Yeah, there's a branch creaking in the background there. Something's either there. That could be that porcupine.
Could be the wind, too.
I don't know if the wind wasn't that strong.
No.
I think that porcupine's still hanging out over there.
I think so. That might even be him coming back from getting freaked out. Put money on that.
He's probably like, get out of my home already, guys. Outcast Jeff says, well, time for nighty night. Good luck tonight. Stay safe. Thank you. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you hear?
Like a thud. Off in this direction.
Yeah, I heard it.
What the fuck was that? That was so close.
What was that?
It sounded like a way closer, like skidding thud from this direction. Off to my right. It sounded kind of like something coming out of a tree. Like dropping down.
We definitely heard something.
Should I shine the light over there?
Let's give it another minute. It's so quiet. I hope that porcupine walks in front of my trail camera. So we you hear that?
No, I didn't.
Take your head off. Something moving back there. If your hair, dude, it's like behind you. definitely something moving back there. Hear that? Alright, so we definitely have some movement. Something is moving around out here. Could still be our porcupine buddy.
Loud car.
Wow, I hear a car way off in the distance. Oh, wow. Just heard a tree snapping. There's something moving
Up in a tree, it sounds like. That is definitely our porcupine.
Do you want to grab the flashlight?
Yeah, sure.
It sounded like it was moving in the tree.
Yeah, that sounded to me like when branches are like rustling against each other.
Let's see if we can't hear it again. Want to shine the light over there? You want to walk over there? Let's see, maybe if we can't see him. Don't know how close it was. Let's try this way. There's all these rock formations here. These are perfect little porcupine holes.
This is kind of interesting.
Yeah, this. I mean, look at you can. They would be able to go right in there.
No, we got tons of these around the place, actually. It seems like wherever we have them.
Oh, look at. I don't see any droppings. Usually porcupines like to kind of crap where they eat. Yeah, this.
Tons of squirrel activity. Unbelievable amounts of it.
Yeah, I don't know. It was sounded like it was in the tree over here somewhere.
It did, yeah. I mean, we also heard that thud, so chances are any tree dwellers that
Yeah.
are also on the move, so...
Probably stopped moving too when we came over here. Jamie asked, any hogs up there? Not really. There's some possibly making their way up here. I know there's been issues with some like game preserves in the Northeast that have brought hogs in that have escaped, but they're not nearly. They're like very uncommon for this area, so nothing like down south where it's like a legitimate problem. At least for now. Could change. Kevin Hamilton asked, are you guys just listening or are you using the dish? Want to try the
dish, yeah.
Do you want to try the dish, Karac? Go for it. It's cold, yeah. It's getting a little chilly. All right, if you want to grab the dish, I got the wire over there, and I'll give you the other Zoom so you can record on there. I'm gonna grab my my other recorder here. I can't do this while holding the camera. Give me a second here. So this is my spare Zoom. Got the other one in the tree right now. But got this guy. Let's see if he's working okay. Oh, to turn on. This one's all busted up, duct taped, and the top part broke. It still works fine though. All right, here you go.
So I have not put the
All right, so I'll show you here. Just take this guy, and then all you got to do is, you got your headphones. Actually, you could just use this wire. I don't know why I'm taking out the other spare one. You can use that one that's right there. This should work fine.
Oh, yeah.
So I figured this out last time I was using this.
Okay.
You can just hook this up to,
Other side has the plug.
yeah. So this guy goes right here. And then this plugs into the
zoom.
Let me see the zoom. So plug it, that would go into the mic side. So now we have parabolic hooked up to the zoom. Now headphones go in this side.
What side?
Right there. You see the plug, yeah. And now you should, oh, there goes the light. So when you press the button, yeah, you should be able to hear it. Now if you want to take that with the other hand.
Sure.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
So then all you got to do is you just hit record.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, just hit that. There you go. Uh-oh. My phone battery's pretty low apparently. But no, it's fine. It should be good for a bit more. Yeah, people talking about fires in the chat. That's usually what I do, is I just have a fire going. But we decided tonight to just try a different technique, just chill out and listen, and mostly with the lights off. Obviously, we're doing this now just so you can kind of see. But we've had the lights off for quite a while as we've been doing this too. So Sandra says good night. Good night, guys. Good night. Disable the flash. We'll go dark for a bit here. Grab that flashlight. All right, we're just going to go dark and listen for a bit. Something small moving behind us.
No, I'm getting some static from it, and I think the reason that I am is because the cover for the receiver.
Oh,
Is gone.
usually it's not too bad. When I did on that, it wasn't terrible.
You want to take a listen?
Yeah. Sorry for the problem. On right? I thought my phone died.
Whew.
Are we good, guys? Yeah. Sorry, I thought my phone died there. Let's see. Yeah, I'm getting some static too. This doesn't sound like it did last time.
No, I think because what's happened here, unfortunately, is the cover that's meant for the receiver there.
What was it? All right, guys. Well, it looks like my phone is just about to die. Unfortunately.
Well, it is getting to that time anyway.
Let's see what time my phone's at. Won't show me what battery percent my phone is at. Well, guys, yeah, just about 95 minutes here.
Wow. Hour and a half then, roughly.
Yeah, let's stay to about 100 minutes. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, Jamie. Yeah, here, I'm gonna leave the phone here. Make sure it doesn't close. I'm just gonna go try the other Zoom thing. Because I did it with this one last time and it seemed to work a little better.
Maybe it'll sound better then.
This Zoom is pretty damaged, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it. Give it a try. Okay. Headphones in.
There we go.
All right, let's give it a try now. That's the same issue.
Same issue. Yeah, I think it's probably just time for me to order a new one, honestly.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but that thing's like 10 years old, so... And it was at a recycling center. Chances are it's like 20 years old. So, it's lived a good life.
Definitely. Well, it worked out well when I used it for Beyond the Trail.
Yeah, and I'm glad that it got to really get... I mean, you know, for any sentimental object, it's cool knowing that it got to be used for something so cool as Beyond the Trail.
Totally. So let's see. Karen says, be safe out there, Alex and Karac, and let us know if anything happens overnight. Absolutely. Scott Taylor, have fun and good luck out there. Thank you. The Snowman Dave says, had a fire at night with friends over at my remote property where I live. Next day, had a rock stack of 7 rocks about 65 feet away from the fire. They were watching us. Vermont, New Hampshire line. Wow, really interesting. Yeah, we're just trying something new here with the no fire thing. Usually we try to do the fire, so just giving it a try, see what happens. This guy back in the tree. All right. Keeps telling me I'm live. I know I'm live. Well, folks, my phone is really starting to die. I'm going to try to make it out to the 100th minute here for an hour and a half. Let's see if it'll work. So yeah, I mean these little I love these little mini zooms. They're really great. This one I've had for a long time and lost the cover. I mean, it's so beat up at this point. You can see the battery sticking out. I mean, it still works. The other one is nice. These are really cool. I mean, they retail for like $120, but you can find used ones, slightly used on Amazon for like $90. They're worth every penny. I use them for when I do buffering. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Come on, 1 minute left. Let's see if it'll make it. Yeah, but like I said, they're pretty great. This one, like I said, I've had this one since about 2015, so it's lasted me. The whole rings that cover the top broke off, but not too bad, so as long as it works.
Still buffering?
No, it's good.
Okay, good.
All right, guys, well, let's see. 100 minutes.
There we go.
There we go. All right. Well, my phone is seriously about to die, so I think we're going to call it a night here. Well, we might stay out a little bit more here and just kind of chill out, but probably the end of the stream here. So thanks to everybody who tuned in and was checking it out. Rebecca says good night and good luck. Yeah, thanks, Rebecca. Awesome. Man, I wish I was out in the PNW again, but man, this just being out in the woods in general, nothing beats it. So good night, guys. Bomber says thanks for having us, Alex and friend. Alex and Karac, yep. Yeah, no problem. It's fun, you know. We just happened that we had some cool ability to stream. I hear Brady Baxter says this was a really cool stream. It's like we're out in the field with you guys. Good luck out there tonight. Thanks, Brady.
That is cool.
Yeah, man, it's just fun to be out here, and I mean, chances are nothing's really gonna happen. I mean, we'll see with the audio when I start snoring if that'll be any good. But just kind of fun to be out here. We like being out in the woods either way, but definitely do stuff more like this if I can. A lot of the places though just don't have service. This just happens to be one of those areas. Remiel says, hope you get something. Thank you. Bomber says, that's awesome. Love it. All right, guys, shutting it down. Everyone have a great night, great Saturday night, great rest of your weekends, and see you guys on Monday. Have a great show on Monday for the actual regular Monday live stream. So take it easy, everybody. From me and Karac, goodbye. How do I end it? If I could, there we go.